What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Lime Stream, everybody's favorite sour hour, with your host, Scott Lalim. It's spelled Lalime. This week we're sitting down with Phoenix's own Handsome Boys. They've been featured on anywhere from Seshling to, they've been featured on Seshling, you know, and other streaming records like that. We're just waiting for them to join. Sorry, I got a little cotton mouth. L in the chat if everybody's feeling okay tonight. What's up, everybody? Just waiting on Handsome Boys to join. Once they join, we'll go live. We'll go lime. We're getting sticky tonight. Alright, they just joined. You got a request. There we go. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
That's good. Hold on, you guys are buffering just a bit. It can take a while to connect. There we go.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up? How's it going, guys?
Good, good.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. So welcome to the Lime Stream, everybody's favorite sour hour. What we like to do is we like to talk music and nonsense. Every 3 questions, we'll answer some questions from the comments. And yeah, we'll just go about it like that. How I like to start it out is getting a basic introduction on you guys and where you're from and how this all started for you.
All right. So my name's Drew. I grew up in Chandler. Bounced around all over the U.S. after that and did cheerleading and all kinds of other stuff. What got me into music is I used to make competitive cheerleading routine music. And the guys from Wash, I met those dudes and they basically were like, you should switch over and start making dance music. And then I started making other types of dance music until I found house, and my true love for dance music was born.
Hell yeah.
So.
And when did you guys meet, you two?
We only met about probably about 1.5 years ago now.
Okay.
But we all had the same mutual friend group, so it's one of those things where it just never crossed paths for whatever reason. And then once we finally did, we just started connecting on old school hip hop and been DJing for a long time.
Yeah, so let's hear the background on you.
I'm Tony, Handsome Boy. I'm originally from Wisconsin. I've lived here for about 16 years now.
Okay.
And, yeah, that's how me and Drew connected. We connected at a party and just started talking and let's do this. It takes a team to make this stuff work.
For sure. And when did you say you started making music?
Oh my gosh.
So I've been DJing since 1998.
1998, for sure. It's been a while. Yeah.
So
that's when I was born, actually, 1998.
Perfect. Cool. So that's when I started. Yeah, I've been DJing vinyl, and then eventually switched over to Serato, and then just transitioning all that DJ stuff. So then it was when I met Drew, he's like, let's connect and let's really we've got both aspects of really good production stuff, and then also DJing thing. We both love to do it, and
yeah, oh yeah,
musical knowledge.
It sounds like you guys have a pretty almost diverse kind of background. But Drew, I want to know, you said you were cheerleading, or were you just making music for cheerleaders?
Both.
Both. That's super tight, man. That's super sick.
I went to University of Oklahoma on the scholarship for cheerleading, and then I also went to Trinity Valley Community College on scholarship for cheerleading. Took second at college nationals, I want to say 3 times. So.
Nice, dude, nice. And how long did you say you've been living in Phoenix for now?
Me?
Yeah.
I moved back in, I guess, 2015, so it's been 6 years.
6 years, nice.
I grew up, so
yeah.
Oh, it is home.
Hell yeah, dude. Phoenix has a great community for house music, especially, you know what I mean? So that gives us a little good background on you guys. We're going to slap into our first Lime time. Everybody in the questions, you know what to do. Get the questions slapping in the box. We want to know more about Handsome Boys here. We see one from Lance Fairchild. What is the most handsome thing someone can do?
The most handsome thing somebody can do is support support each other, support your fellow musicians, support your fellow DJs, support your fellow humans. That's a very handsome thing to do.
Kindness.
Yeah.
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 That is a pretty handsome thing. Be supportive. Be nice to your friends too. That's a huge thing. What's good with the label?
Oh.
Lance also wants to know.
Lance got a lot of questions. That's why
Lance is gonna be the top question asker this whole hour. You'll see.
Yeah, no, we
we got a lot coming up.
Yeah, so we actually, I mean, you know, you get to this point where you start releasing tracks on other stuff, and it's like, it just isn't flying with us. Like, we just needed to do it just on our own, and how we wanted to do it, control the artwork. That's like my other job. I'm a graphic designer, so like,
oh, nice.
Did some creative control on stuff, like timing. Just when you leave it up to other people to kind of control your destiny, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, for sure.
So we just started a label to just start releasing our stuff and other people's stuff, and you know, kind of just give the artists like the control of what they're doing, and try to bring something creative that we both like, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Own, and I think that's a big thing for us.
Most definitely, for sure.
Yeah. You said you do graphic design, so did you create your guys' logo?
Yeah.
That's dope. That is a sweet logo.
Thanks.
And I have a little Lime Time question for you. Where did the Handsome Boys name really come from?
So great.
I'll let Drew answer that one.
So we met at a Walter Halloween party, and I want to say like one of our boys, James, who's a good friend of ours, actually, like, we took a picture together, like, having a good time, and somebody posted it up somewhere. James just commented, "Look at those handsome boys," and it was like regular spelled with all exclamation points, and we were like,
that's it.
Oh,
that's it. It rolls off the tongue. Yeah.
You know, we'd already gone through sort of what's the name gonna be, like, just that you know, this is gonna be lifetime, so we need to make a good decision. And then
I feel it.
I was like, that's it.
That's
Handsome
it.
Boys.
We just need to find the branding of it, how to spell it, and you know what I mean? And that stuff.
Exactly. And the abbreviation, it goes hard. It's honestly nice. Yeah. I don't see any more questions from our friends in the comments here right now. Like I said, guys, if you guys got questions, the question box is below. As everybody knows, that's been here before. But I got a couple more questions for you guys. You guys, your guys' track "Less Beaver," it was like featured on Space Yacht's stream. It was talked up. What does it feel like to really get that type of like recommendation, that kind of notice to you guys, like being a group for only like a year now, I'd say?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when that came out, man, that was probably like our 7 or 8 month mark, but it was pretty eye-opening because that one was like, honestly, straight collaboration between Tony and I, 100%. Like, the vocal was voice, and he was like, let's chop it up this way, and then I laid down the beat behind it, and we found that just kind of slidey bass that sat so well, and it was like, okay, we've got what we need, now we need to figure out how to build this out.
Yeah, and how long did it really take you guys to, like, finish that? Like, from start to finish?
2 weeks, probably.
2 weeks? Nice.
I mean, we were quarantined together, basically.
Oh, you guys were just on the grind, yeah.
Grinding hard, like, and we just, like, us two, we just kind of clicked, like, the way we make music and the way we look at music and the sounds that we like, it just, like, has clicked. So we've got, like, a vault of tracks just, like, ready and loaded up.
Ready to go, yeah. We're still on the topic of releases here. Pay Me, you released on October 2nd, 2020. Let's talk about the inspiration behind that track. It's the Pay Me and your track Devil are both like really diverse from the style of music you put out with Less Beaver. How do you guys go from like more tech house sounding genre to more of the progressive style so easily? And where do you guys kind of draw the line?
So I'll start with where we draw the line is cat scratch fever.
Okay.
Like
and drum and bass. I'm sorry, it's
and
not
Tony
it's not
doesn't do
handsome
drum
books.
and bass, but I love drum and bass. I play that as drizzle when I spin by myself. It's like one of my other favorites. But no, like literally, it's just like if you're in a club and you're listening to this, is this going to destroy your ears and make you want to leave or make you want to vibe out? And that's kind of like what we've gone with.
Yeah,
exactly.
We've kind of, since the day we met, kind of described us as like genre fluid. Like
Fluid.
Yeah, we want to be like wedding style DJs where we'll play
anything. Yeah.
Bang slaps, man. Like
open format to tech house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Freaking
You know, it's more of it's a challenge to go from those different styles too, and you know, put sets together. You know, not only just produce the music because we love it and like we like the way it sounds, but then to put it into our sets and be able to go from, you know, deep house to tech house to, you know, just regular house. Like it's a challenge, and it's like, you know, I think that's what we kind of stand for.
Yeah. And do you guys see you guys opening it up to any other genres of house like in the near future with what you're putting out? Yeah. A lot more. Like, and you're not no drum and bass or cat scratch fever, but it's gonna be everything from these guys.
Like we've got a lot of like works in progress on breaks tracks. A lot of breaks.
Oh, break beats are some of my faves, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. And that'll probably be like our next move. Will be breakbeat. We love that stuff. So
yeah.
Kind of laid the foundation of all like sort of the genres that we want to be sort of.
Exactly.
I mean, we don't want to do one lane. We want to have all over the.
multiple platforms almost.
Exactly.
Yeah. I definitely feel that. That like honestly, that was a quick 3 questions right there. You guys answered it pretty clean, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna slap into another Lime time. I got some questions already in the box here. Let's get some rolling. Lance here wants to know, what are you listening to when you're not listening to house music?
Oh my gosh.
Dude, yacht rock all day long. Steve Winwood, Christopher Cross. And then I mean hip hop. Let's like.
Yeah, what kind of hip hop? I love hip hop, bro.
So, like, and I mean, all genre, I'm mostly like a backpack hip hop kid from back in the day. Like that was my, like, LP. I mean, Run the Jewels is all day.
All day, yeah.
Yeah, LP is the producto, man. He's
Oh yeah, like my guys from back in the day are more MF Doom style. I love Tribe. I love I'm a Biggie Tupac fan, of course, but like, you know, it goes deeper than that, you know.
Totally.
Yeah. Well, what about you, man? What were you listening to before house music?
Before I found house music, a lot.
Or when you're not listening to house music, that's the question.
No, for sure. But most of the time I listen to Yippa a lot. He's like a electronic / guitarist with a drummer that plays. They're pretty freaking amazing live. And it's
Yippa?
Yeah. YPAH. It's like real chill, vibey stuff.
It's like Little People and Polish Ambassadors.
Polish Ambassadors. I love Polish Ambassadors. I'm trying to think who else I give a lot of time to. You know what I mean? But rap scene, Mac Miller's my deal.
Dude, I grew up on Mac too myself, honestly.
I listen to a lot of Mos Def. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mos Def is tight, dude. I used to listen to a lot of Nas too, as well, and like Big L and all those guys.
Yeah, my high school. One of my high school assignments, I wrote out. It was like the whole Illmatic album. I wrote out.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I could remember the lyrics to every single song, and like wrote down because it was like showing how poetic everything is. Nas is like, he's the bee's knees.
Yeah, he is the bee's knees. You were that one kid around the school who could literally recite all the lyrics if they wanted to. Yeah, I had a couple of homies who were the same way.
Try.
Lance here also wants to know, if you could describe your style in 3 words, what would they be?
Oof. Man,
I actually have a conclusion to that question too.
Okay.
I'd say energetic is one for sure. I don't know.
Shuffly.
Shuffly.
And fun.
Move.
Yeah.
You're gonna
move. Yeah, the move. Our style is the move, he says. All right, so my conclusion question is, if you could describe your work ethic in two words, what would it be?
I mean, it's not 2 words, but you see this pin.
What's that say? I wake. I can't read it.
It's backwards.
Yep.
It says I make shit happen.
Oh yeah, I make shit happen. There you go. That's a pretty good way to describe it.
Like,
we probably combined with like me and Tony working, we start 3 tracks a week. You know what I mean?
So you guys aren't just working on one at a time. Like
no,
I'm thinking months ahead
at a time, and I'll let them sit for a little bit. You know, like a fine wine, and then you're like, oh man, that fine wine turned bad, and then you change a lot of stuff and make it better.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I feel you. It's almost like marinating steak. You could let that shit go bad easy. You know what I mean? Elizabeth Borzan wants to know, sorry if this was already said, but how long have you guys known each other?
So literally only about 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, which is crazy.
Since Halloween of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of it was spent in quarantine together. So.
it's just been every day with you. You know what I mean? Like you wake up, music. Pretty much.
It was our full time. That's the way we treated it. You know, it's like, for me, I work for my regular. You know, I do freelance design, and it's all mostly in the bar and restaurant hospitality scene, and that was pretty much shattered for 3-4 months there with many of my clients. You know, not much going on. So we're like, well, we don't just sit around, and we don't just and we just started just grinding and making music and just treating it like a full-time job, 40 hours a day, 40 hours a week. Yeah. It felt like a day.
This guy put it in the comments here, but Samuel Music, is that it? Samuel Music? When's the Hands and Samuel collab coming out?
Tell Sam. Oh, we're going to talk about it this weekend.
I'm pretty sure Tony's his partner for...
Yeah, we're doing a Tournament of Champions on Saturday.
So, yeah.
And I'm leaning in on him hard on when that's happening. Comment.
When's it happening? That's up to you. Like he's like asking a question he needs to answer.
Yeah.
We definitely have the works to do a collab with Sam.
Yeah. So I'm gonna slap in some more questions I got for you guys. You guys collaborated with Sin on the Blood Sin Sex Magic and on their stream. You guys have been featured on a couple of other streams. What has it been like in quarantine what has it been like during quarantine streaming wise for you guys? And what's been your best experience with it?
I mean, it's streaming has its ups and downs. Like, it's great because it's still a way to connect. But I don't know, sometimes as a DJ, you need the crowd to know, all right, did this bang or did this flop? You know what I mean? And when there's nobody there, relying on, man, I hope I set this up well and I'm picking my track selection is on point, and you're just like, here we go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the real difference, but I think they're fun either way. We could get good turnouts for both, and we always have a blast doing so.
Yeah, I think it's just another tool in the toolbox to get music out there and get your name out there. And it's, it's better than a bunch of people trying to DJ in their bedrooms, instead of being able to not be able to play a club or not get on show, an outlet to be able to do that.
Correct.
And for us, without anybody knowing who we were, to be able to, kind of get out there why quarantine happened, it was great for us to be able to show that we can DJ, and that's a part of who who we are. And but man, getting out into crowds, it's going to be the best.
Yeah. And that's it kind of leads me right to my other question. How has crate digging for you two really changed since the shutdown, and how has it changed throughout quarantine? If it has at all. And what does crate digging look like for you two?
The beauty of crate digging for us is we both have like years.
Yeah. I have about a record collection of about 4,000 records.
4,000, yeah. So you just got a playlist on playlists, I bet, yeah.
Yeah, I've been
it's like at the point where you kind of don't even need to crate dig sometimes. You just have the tracks ready. Like
I think what's great is marrying, you know, new artists coming out and artists that we like now, and then showing, like, especially with like Bloghouse being so popular now. I was DJing at that time, like, and so I have a huge digital library of also like stuff from now 10 years ago that's like dope that no one heard. Yeah, house music that no one ever got to hear. So now we can throw that into our arsenal. Yeah, I think that that's how we crate dig. I think it's more of just like remembering, oh my God, this would be perfect, or like just hearing stuff and going through it. And as far as producing, I mean, I think it helps us to like dig to on vocal samples and kind of hark back to tracks that we liked and like that we want to kind of emulate in a way of, you know, 90s style house music and
with a little new,
with a little shuffle in it.
Yeah, with the blend of the new stuff. Yeah.
That Handsome Boys double tap is what we call
it.
Hell yeah. The Handsome Boys double tap. And with that being said, man, when you guys are producing, what DAW are you using, and has that changed over time?
Oh my gosh. The amount of DAWs I've used in my lifetime is ridiculous.
Yeah. What did you start with, and what are you on now?
I started with Cakewalk, which was like $60 disc from like Walmart or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cakewalk. I've done Cakewalk, SoundForge, like all through SoundForge, which is like literal wave editing, and Acid Pro, Fruity Loops when it first came out, and I used Logic once and didn't like it.
OMG, Cakewalk is old school, Lance says.
That's pretty, yeah.
We're old school.
Yeah. He says we are old school.
I've used it all for sure, man. And Ableton is where I sit now.
Yeah. And last question before we actually dive into another line time here. What is the definition to you guys that considers an official banger? Like, crate digging or producing wise, when do you guys look at each other and say, damn, that's a banger? And what are the qualifications that has to go through?
Man.
I would say when I can't stop listening to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, even for like, you know, festival style jam, like that are just, you know, those Calvin Harris Big Room. I mean, every time you hear it, it's a banger.
Yeah, you still love it. You know what I mean? You still love it. A track that just never gets overplayed, for sure.
Yeah, even as many times as even like on our, you know, radio or whatever you consider radio, you still listen to it, and it just doesn't actually ever get old in any way. I mean,
I feel that
80s that are still just, you know, house band.
And what about you, Drew? What about you?
For me, it's the same thing. I'm going to probably, if I'm going back and listening to it a couple more times, then that's probably definitely a banger for me. But usually it's, for me, if it hits me like right in the gut when that first time through, I'm like, oh shit, this is a banger. You know what I mean? It makes you want to move. Like, that's the real key, especially with dance music. If you're listening through it and you're just like having a coffee and chatting with somebody, then that's not a banger. You know?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with like the live performances. That's also another way that people find tracks too. And without that like energy, you kind of like don't even know if it's an official banger or not. But like with being a producer and a DJ, you kind of have the ear for these songs. You know what I mean? So but it ties back in a little bit.
I think for us, like, definitely, I mean, we're like, will we play this in a set?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best thing is when you make a track and you're like, I'm going to put this in a set, and something else that's not ours can come out. And I mean, for us, when we're also listening, we're like, that's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
People are going to
Has there ever been times where you guys are like disagreeing on tracks? Like, hey, I think that sounds good, or that doesn't sound good, or are you guys pretty fluent with each other?
I mean, we disagree, but then we change stuff just to see. And
compromise.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, that one's better, so let's go with that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Each other to, like, you know, to do the right thing. Like,
I feel you, yeah. Definitely. Lance says, my banger senses are still pretty sharp. I think if not sharper than they were last March. All right, we're going to slap into another Lime Time. All the friends in the comments, will slap those questions in the box. I see one right now. Lance wants to know, what song is a guilty pleasure for you?
Gosh, a guilty pleasure. I'm not guilty about any music that I listen to.
I'm not either, but
I'm trying.
I'll rock some Britney Spears at any point in time.
Oh, yeah. Hey, free Britney on some real shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Drew could probably name some for me that I don't feel guilty about. I mean, I'm a huge Posty fan. Should I feel guilty about that? I don't think so.
No.
But
I don't think anybody should ever feel guilty about any music.
So, I mean, probably like old country western stuff. It's like, I like it. I'm not supposed to.
Randy.
Not supposed to. Hey, man, you can like whatever you want. I hate country. I absolutely hate it. But I feel like a guilty pleasure for mine. Like, I used to, as a kid, be in love with NSYNC. I have 2 tracks of NSYNC still on my iPhone.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cross, is that a guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a guilty pleasure, man. JT kills it. I'm not seeing a lot of questions in the box right now, but that's okay. I got some more. For you guys, what kind of distractions do you guys go through, like, while you're playing a set during a live set? And, like, how do you guys kind of deal with that?
Oh, my gosh. The distractions during live.
Oh.
I mean,
we're our own distractions.
Yeah, we're talking to each other nonstop. Like, the amount of times that I've made Tony miss, like, a cue point and vice versa is probably...
Or we're, like, down because we're enjoying ourselves.
We're, like, jumping, and then our cue comes up, and it's like, dude, you're up. No.
But I think, like, at that point, we've, like... I mean, we practice. We put a lot of work and effort into our live sets and, like, our mixes. We haven't played duplicate mixes or sets for any of the live streams that we played or shows. We want something new every single time. So, like, we need to make sure that it's tight. Like, we're going to play it because we want it to be perfect. And we're trying to jam in 42 to 50 songs in an hour set.
Yeah.
And we need them to all sound like they fit together. So
we know which ones mash up, and we've definitely worked through it a couple times before we hit the stage.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I'll say the stuff that happens there is like where the magic happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. So you guys are your own distractions. You guys are like the kids in the back of the class that can't pay attention.
We're watching everybody dance, and we're like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh. You guys see that? Yo, that girl's jamming right there. Let's see. We got another question right here. Lance wants to know, do you play your sets 1-to-1, 2-to-2, or dare I say 3-to-3 when going back-to-back?
1-to-1.
1-to-1. Have you guys ever tried anything different?
Don't switch sides. He controls majority of the top. I control the FX, and
we go 1-to-1.
1-to-1.
I think that's the way you got to do it. I mean, we're a team, so it's hard. It took me a long time to get used. I mean, it's taking us both a long time to get used to that DJing style together.
Yeah.
There's times when I've wanted to take over completely.
For sure.
So it's been a process to get used to that, DJing with somebody else.
Yeah, like finding that happy medium, pretty much.
Yeah, and it was definitely to like, should we do this 1-to-1, or should we do like 2 songs and then, or three to three? Because that's much easier when somebody stands on the side and then I actually get to do things all the way. But that's not us being a team. We got to do it together, and like
it's not the handsome way.
It's not the handsome.
It's not the handsome way. I love that. With that being said, what's the longest set you guys have played alone?
Alone,
like because you guys said you started DJing before you met each other, right?
Yeah. So I have a residency at Bitter and Twisted in downtown Phoenix. Okay. I play 5-hour sets there.
Oh damn! Hell yeah! I'd love to come and see that sometime. Honestly,
it's great. So I could definitely have the wherewithal to play, 5-6 hours.
5-6 hour sets.
Yeah.
And you, Drew?
I'd say I want to say I've played 5-6 hour sets, but it's been like at New Year's Eve parties, like, hey, will you spin? And then 6 hours later, I'm still on.
You're still just like sweating, like, oh shit, how long has it been?
Yeah.
Anybody else can spin, like.
Yeah. I think we're both the dudes that are just like, we prefer to be back there and playing.
Mm-hmm.
And making sure everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
I'd be back there for 6 hours at a party. No problem. I don't need to leave.
No problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
I might need to take a piss, but I'll play a long track.
Yeah.
And I'll be
you
back
play that.
in a minute.
Yeah.
And when you play longer sets, are you keeping it open format, or are you just keeping it like progressive house?
Open format.
Format.
Just very playing, anything and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm still mixing them, tracks every couple of minutes. I can't play a full set or full. That's
just like ridiculous. Like it just sound like it's like the same track over and over again.
Only 2 minutes. That's
I mean, there are people who do it, man. There are people who do it. I've seen like someone play like a 6-hour progressive set, and I've started it, came back to my house, and it's still on. I'm like, dude, I swear to God, that was the same track I was playing when I left.
I've heard people pride themselves in it. When people are like, hey, your entire set sounded exactly the same, they're like, that's exactly what I was going for.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of like the point with house music too. It's
correct.
Really repetitive, like.
Definitely, and I could get that vibe at like that Burning Man vibe, where I just want to listen to that beat knock for like 12 hours,
Mm-hmm.
We like change ups.
Yeah, exactly. And like I feel like there's just certain situations where shit like that's just not appropriate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brujita Blanca here wants to know. That's Haley. That's my girlfriend. Shout her out. What's your favorite restaurant in Phoenix?
Oh man.
What's her favorite restaurant?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna be partially in to it. Bitter and Twisted is my spot. Like Bitter and Twisted cocktail.
Bitter and Twisted.
Yeah.
They do dim sum and everything. It's pretty freaking amazing there. Crap. What is that?
China chili.
The China. Yeah, like legit. I was like, the place I eat at the most, China chili. It's just like fast food Chinese. It's not really fast food, but it's bomb as hell.
It's bomb as hell.
What's your favorite?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I just love food. That's the problem. You know what I mean? So it's like,
how food too, bro.
Place.
Yeah, and we haven't been able to go to one for about a year. So
it's like actually like.
Which one do
still
I
in
like
existence?
Yeah.
I feel it. We got some more questions right here. Low Audio wants to know, do you guys plan on your sets since you're a duo, or kind of just make a playlist and roll with it?
We've done both, for sure. Majority of it is, I'll say like straight up, like the last 2 sets we played were planned but gone off course about midway. You know what I mean?
We put too many.
And that's okay. Like we've kind of worked our situation out to where we don't need to plan completely the hour. We can have like some leeway to like choose from now. But like definitely the first 4 times we played together, it was like this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, and then we just got to situate it and mix it in. But as we've progressed, it's definitely opened the format up a little bit more.
Yeah, and that goes back to finding your guys' happy medium between the two.
And then we're trying to merge two styles a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because, I mean, Tony's style is really like K-Tronada, deep house, disco, and my style is heavy-hitting night bass
Tech house and just G house, all of it, yeah.
For sure. So it's like
Some the softy.
kind of.
Hey, but you guys blend together like pretty well. It works, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
DJ Reckless Ryan wants to know favorite beer in Phoenix.
Beer in Phoenix.
Are you talking like Phoenix brewed, or are you talking just like, I don't know, like
Walter?
Phoenix
I'm gonna say Walter Station, Hazing, Arizona. That's my favorite brew.
Walter Station?
That white chocolate Sonoran ale or whatever.
That's a
thing
good
is
one.
Bomb.
White chocolate Sonoran? I haven't tried that. I've been trying to like stay away from the chocolate beers. I don't know, they just like turn me off.
For sure, this is nice. It's nice. It's not
nice. I'll have to check it out. He also wants to know dream festival that you guys want to play at.
just a Ibiza. Like we want to play in Ibiza once.
Yeah, we want
You know what I mean?
international. Like
A handsome place to play.
I want to go to Croatia, play some.
I want to look over and see Clapton walking through and be like, "Holy shit!" Like,
I want to play
Yeah, I feel you.
Croatia. That's if we can play like that, or yeah.
Somewhere not in the United States. And it's like tropical vibes all day.
For sure. Here though, I would love to play Life is Beautiful. I think that festival's super
beautiful. And what about you, Drew?
I'd say Electric Forest. It's not really the house style, but I've literally never been there, but I would fucking die to go there.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. I heard that they stopped doing that even before COVID, though. Isn't that true? Pretty sure they shut down Eat Forest before COVID like even started. Like they just stopped doing it because like the people in the woods were like, "Yo, we can't keep doing this here."
Yeah,
could be right.
But who knows? You know, like they could bring it back after COVID. They could have found a new forest to go into. My friend here, Marcus Speck, wants to know what DJ group would be your dream collab for a B2B. So technically a B4B.
Oh, these are good questions.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Stuff we haven't really even thought about.
Duck sauce.
Yeah, duck sauce.
Duck sauce.
I've never heard of duck sauce. I'm gonna have to check those guys out too.
Yes. Dan Warriors.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be so much fun. Going back to back with those dudes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
One day to gradient, probably favor. Some side piece.
Side piece would be a blast too.
Side piece would be tight, dude. Yeah.
I think it'd probably be mostly like just like the mutual
respect.
Like, yeah.
And honestly, like if we could do it with like a solo artist, Born Dirty.
Born Dirty. Yeah.
Born Dirty.
Dude, I saw Born Dirty one time at Shady, and that was a pretty damn good show. My homie opened up for him. Alaska here wants to know, do you always take the same sides when you play?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good one. Always?
Yeah.
Is it like it's like a ritual?
It has to be. Otherwise, we're like, there's too many hands and fingers like all over the place.
We tried to swap, and
It
about
screwed us
halfway
up.
through, we were both like, dude, just fucking pick a side. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, okay, Lance is saying it was me. I'm sorry, I actually did kind of forget what homie opened up for Born Dirty. It was Lance. We actually took him up there for it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, he opened up for Born Dirty. It was a pretty sweet show.
Does play with the strength of two DJs. So.
Yeah,
Shout out to Alaska.
Yeah, shout out to Alaska. Alaska is the man. Tonlo wants to know, what is your favorite way to start a track?
Oh man.
Favorite way to start it?
Vocal sample. Like honestly, like Tony brings me a vocal sample and is like, hey, let's work with this.
Yeah.
And usually has an idea with that, and then there it's usually drum, so we get a groove with the vocals, and then bass, and then everything else.
Hell yeah. And what do you usually end with?
Also, and I'll just run in and be like, dude,
do this,
do that, do this. Let's do it.
Let's listen to it. I feel you. We got a couple more here. DJ P Funk, what are you getting into this weekend?
Dude.
Tournament of Champions.
Tournament of Champions. Is P Funk going to Tournament of Champions?
Yeah.
What is Tournament of the Champions?
I think we might go onto the roof. Or you can't. You're working.
Yeah.
I might go visit a few of our friends playing on the roof. Seppi, Weird Flux.
And brunch.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. Those are big homies as well.
Yeah, we need to get out there.
Support that.
Mind Balloon wants to know, in 5 years, where are the Handsome Boys?
Well, we're in Italy.
Yeah.
Or we're in France. We're making French house. And
We're hanging out with DJ Snake Mercer.
yeah, and getting coffee with Ed Bangers like this. I mean, that's the dream.
Hell yeah.
I think seriously, like we've seen 5 years, like what's happened in 1 year, man, it'd be what we've done in a year. I think there's no question that we perceivably see ourselves like in 5 years, at least doing something, to that level. Like, I mean, we just do this for fun.
Yeah.
We do it
for the love of the music, man.
We love people just like even liking our songs, like to have people listening to them and like them as much as us. It's awesome. So as long as we can, we'll probably be doing like cinematic scores.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because like, I don't know, but Mind Balloon will be doing all the visuals just in case he wants to know.
Yeah. Well, you guys need to make a music video to one of your tracks with Drew doing all cheerleading moves.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah. Or that just be the visuals to all your guys' sets, Drew in the back.
I'm all in on that.
Yes. Low Audio wants to know, please explain Tournament of the Champions. I think you did get into that a little bit, yeah.
It's so our friend is hosting this. It's like all just outdoor games. We've got ladder golf, also known as donkey balls. We've got cornhole,
also known as cornhole.
And me and Sam, we're partners, and we're probably gonna win.
I'm
probably gonna win, he says.
It's Thick Boy Click, I think is our name. I can't remember, but I did.
Thick Boy Click?
I think.
Oh my God! Thick with 2 C's or with a K?
It's definitely.
It's however it got submitted.
Bro, the questions just keep pouring in right now. Honestly, here we go. Lance wants to know, which of you is the better putt player?
Oh my God. 3 times a week.
Yeah, you can catch me. If you're not gonna catch me in the studio, I'm over at 09, hitting the links.
Yeah,
dude, I actually have a putt course in my backyard. I shoot putt all day, dude.
We need to do person that soon.
Dude, I'm telling you, make it down to Tucson. We'll do a Tournament of Champions on the putt course.
Oh yeah,
let us know the dates.
Dude, I'll coordinate that. We'll get a referee and everything. We'll stream it.
Putt golf. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Lance also wants to know, do you guys share the same barber?
No.
We
clearly don't.
Clearly not. I was gonna say, like, no offense to either. You guys hair both dope, but 2 different styles here, man.
I just got my hair cut, and she actually asked. She goes, "What's up with the other boy? Does he need?" Likes it.
Where does he get his hair cut?
She's like, "We gotta color it blue."
I'm waiting. I'm gonna braid it like a Viking all the way down to the butt crack.
I'm all.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna look like a rat tail, dude. Hey, rat tails are coming back. 2021. You're bringing them back right now.
Back, whatever.
He said, all right, whatever. All right. What was it like going to Mexico and played in front of an actual crowd? Being in quarantine, being during like all that, and you know what I mean? What was that feeling like?
It was
surreal.
Yeah, surreal probably was the best way. You know, I mean, you still have those sort of the anxieties of like not doing it for a long time and being even around people and crowds.
Having drunk college kids jump up on stage and put their arms around you. Get off me!
Yeah, dude, I will straight up T-Pain you off the stage right now.
I mean, it was definitely an amazing experience too, because we played the year before in Mexico, and that was right before we went into lockdown. So we got back from Mexico, and that following Friday was like shutdown happened, like that the NBA game, like that was Saturday of that week, and so we like honestly were worried we'd even get back. You know, people were like, "Oh, you're gonna get back into the States," like type of thing. So to go a year later, definitely not for as big a crowds, but it was pretty awesome to be able to be on
a live show,
playing live show, like at that long, like from last time we had played a live show. So like
you also wake up in Mexico and you open your door to like the backyard and you stare out at the freaking ocean and you're like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that, the whole experience, it's a beautiful experience to be playing live shows again.
Yeah, dude, I bet. And that kind of leads me into this next question. You guys recently just played Barsmith with Weird Flex and Gypsy Bro, I saw. What are like, I know the differences between the two, but let's talk about like the pros and cons between actual standing events and actual seating events. And what are your guys' standpoint on these regulations getting lifted?
I mean, as far as the standing and sitting events were rough for me because like dance music is dance music.
Yeah.
You know? And like for me, it's always been about that. Like drugs aside, it's always been about having a blast and just dancing, nothing else, and letting it all go. So it was really kind of tough to like do the seated events at first. But I mean, honestly, like I felt bad for the security at that event.
At Barsmith, I felt the same way when Lance took over because people just kept standing up and like they kept having to come back and be like, please sit in your seat. People want to dance, it shows, but it's like you kind of have to like follow the regulations as much as possible. You know?
Yeah.
So now that we can all dance again, now that everything's been lifted a little bit, like
you think okay? What is your standpoint on that? Are you guys happy about it, or do you think it's too soon?
I mean, I'm fully vaccinated now, so I'm
fully vaccinated. Yeah, I just feel like everybody who's vaccinated should be going to it and like wait to go out until you're vaccinated. You know, like
I think so. And then they just be safe and be smart still.
But it's I don't know.
At some point we have to get back.
I think I'll probably sounds crazy, but I'll still wear a mask during flu season.
Yeah, I honestly will too. Like honestly, I'm gonna be wearing my mask to every place I go still.
Yeah,
it's like
we both feel that way. We're like, man, I'm sick at all this past year. Like a cold, anything. It's like that proves to me that like maybe it's and plus it's a beautiful accessory to just like,
it is like you got mad swag with the mask.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
If you don't get those autopsy blues and you actually buy your own mask, you can get stylish with it. Dude.
Exactly. Right. I need them to match the kicks. Like it just has to happen.
Exactly. It's the handsome way. You know what I mean?
It is.
All right, man. That was like the last three questions I had for you right there. We're gonna slap into one more Lime Time, and then at 7:55, you guys and I are gonna take 5 minutes to promote whatever we got going on with ourselves. So let's say all the friends in the comments. Let's get those questions blasting again. I see one more here. Is it crevice or crevasse? Haley wants to know. Crevasse. What do you think, Drew? Is it crevice or crevasse?
It depends on which country you're in.
Okay, so her and I were watching this Nat Geo show, and it was like this American guy who was commentating it, and right before the plane got over like the cracks of the snow, like the crevices, He was like, as you see, the plane's approaching the crevasse. And I'm like, dude, you're literally American. Like, why are you saying it like that?
If Matthew McConaughey says crevasse,
It's crevasse.
Yeah.
Okay, that's acceptable.
It'll sound perfect.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so lime time question that I haven't asked in actually a couple of episodes. This is the most basic question you're going to get asked tonight. What's your preference? You got lime or lemon? What's
Lime.
the handsome way?
It's like lemon, but I love limes with my freaking gin and tonics and my vodka.
He said limes all day. Yeah. And it's okay to like lemons.
Can't we be here? Lemons and limes.
Lemons and limes. Can we
Yeah,
also?
everybody thinks they blend together. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony thinks he has a lemon lime tree that grows both lemons
It does.
and limes.
Dude, that's what my girlfriend tried telling me, and it does not. They do not grow the same thing. No, they don't.
They're not mature. They're not ripe lemons.
No, they're not. And also, they're like, why do you think people in Mexico call it limon? And I'm like, that's just the flavors blending. Like, that's what they call the flavors. Like, what are you saying?
That's awesome.
Let's see if we got any more questions here. What's your drink of choice?
Old fashioned.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I got a little question on that. And through a night of drinking, what's your kind of like meal during it so you guys don't wake up hungover the next day?
Old fashioned, then a water, then an old fashioned, then probably more fashions.
And then maybe another water somewhere down the line.
Maybe. Probably, hopefully some food. What's your choice?
Drink of choice is probably an old fashioned, but I mean, we definitely do that every place we go. It's
because I make a really
two
good
old fashions.
Really?
Yeah.
My roommate is addicted to old fashioned, man. I'm a tequila man myself. I like Margs.
I'm from Wisconsin. We gotta represent them old fashions.
Dude, I actually started this stream where every 3 questions during the lime time we would rip shots until the end.
Oh.
And that had to stop because we just were getting massively faded on stream.
We'll do one where we're all drinking old fashioned.
There you go. Briox Music wants to know favorite food style.
Mediterranean, Greek.
Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Italian.
Italian's mine too. Italian or Mexican, honestly.
But then my favorite food is tacos. But
tacos?
Yeah.
What kind of tacos? What's your spot? Your go-to spot?
Go-to taco spot. Jeez. Fuzzies. I really dig some Fuzzies tacos if I'm like in Tempe, but around here.
Fuzzies.
Where do I?
Tacos Chivas.
Tacos Chivas? Yeah, you guys aren't hitting Taco Bell late night? No, I'm just kidding.
But you're not supposed to ask us that.
Tacos Chivas, dude. All right, well, that's I think wrapping it up for the questions that I see in the box. We'll just dive into our promotions right now. So, Handsome Boys, I want to know, when's your next release? Where are we seeing you next? And are we seeing you on any live streams? What's new with the Handsome?
We've got Future Syndicate Records Compilation 1 coming out April 13th. It's got 5 tracks on it with
us, Future Syndicate, Haas, Continue, and Flop.
They're 2 boys from Flagstaff. They have a group called Test Kit. They're dope as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of that freaking melodic speed house track, and the other one did a freaking heavy bass breaks track that's freaking dope as fuck. So
420, we're releasing the Go In remixes.
Dude, you got a bunch coming out.
We got
a remix.
Any labels that's getting released on? I think you said that before. You cut out a little bit.
No, we're just releasing everything on our own label.
On your own label now, for sure. Yeah,
Remix.
that's what you guys talked about before. Just doing it all on your own.
Go In remix EP with Tone Low.
Tone Low has a remix. Hot and Bothered has a remix. Sugar Brown has a remix. Future Syndicate remix. And then who am I missing? Haas.
And then Handsome Boys will be at Cobra Arcade Bar April 26th.
Very nice. Catch them there, April 26th, Cobra.
Releasing their first outside the box single which is Reckless Ryan on the April 27th. Dreams by the Milligram.
Nice, nice.
So it's a full month.
It's a full. You guys got a full plate, a Thanksgiving size plate. You eating, yeah. I just want to say, Low Audio did say me and Scotty are taco experts. Him and I go to every taco place here in Tucson. We try tacos, by the way. The best place right now, Baja Fish. They sell fish tacos, but they're fire.
Yum.
Yeah.
Fish tacos. That's my taco of choice.
Yeah. And is there anything else you guys got to promote? Like anything you guys got to think of?
I mean, that's like 12 songs that we just promoted.
There you go. There you go. I'm just saying. You guys, that was a lot. You guys are doing a lot. Just making sure you guys got it all out. You know what I mean?
March mix out to you guys coming up probably the end of the month.
Yeah.
Heard that. Jeff did ask, where are you guys releasing? Jeff, they're releasing on their own label. They're doing it all on their own now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jeff, if you want to release a track with Future Syndicate, send us anything our way, man.
Hell
There
yeah.
you go. And if you guys want to get into bookings with Jeff, you can hit me up. I'm now like taking care of that too.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah. So you guys heard everything that's happening, Handsome. I'm going to let all the friends in the comments know what I got coming on next week. Before next week, I actually squeezed in an interview with Tawan. He's releasing on Sloth Acid Records. We're going to be covering the release on Sunday night at 7 p.m. And then after that, next Thursday on the original Sour Hour, I have none other than Will Clark joining the stream. It's going to be a sour, sticky hour. We're going to talk everything food to house music. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, I got just a freestyle hip-hop mixtape dropping in about 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that as well.
no.
Hell yeah. And I just want to give a huge thank you to HNDSMBOIZ for joining. You guys killed it. You guys have been great to talk to. Honestly, it's been this hour again, felt like it went by in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And another shout out to the friends in the comments. You guys been rocking with me ever since I started. And thanks for rocking with HNDSMBOIZ ever since they started. Let's get L's in the chat for HNDSMBOIZ, guys. You know what to do. Again, thank you guys. This was really fun.
Thank you so much. This was an absolute blast.
It was a blast.
For sure.
Yeah, it was really fun. But yeah, thank you guys. We're 2 minutes from 8. I think we ended a little bit early, but that's okay. Thank you again, and I'm just gonna sign off. Lime out.
Peace. HNDSMBOIZ out.
Yeah. Hey.